Hey guys, it is a cold one out here today. Welcome back to Bullhornbeach, man. So, continuing our series on budget bushcraft, I want to talk about some saws today. There's some cheap saws out there, and there are some really expensive ones, okay? Normally, I carry a Baco Laplander when I go out in the woods, and those run about 40 bucks. Again, that was a gift for me, so I got lucky. But, check this one out. This was my first bushcraft saw. It don't even hardly lock in place anymore. It's been around quite a while. But I've seen these particular ones in stores for like 5 bucks, okay? You can pick those up really, really cheap. Get a better look at that. My fire can't make up his mind which way it wants to go. Anyway, not a bad little saw for 5 bucks. It's got the teeth on it that cut when you pull. So you push, it cuts a little bit, but more over the kerf action there. When you pull, then it actually cuts the wood. So if you're just getting started in bushcraft, that's a good option. Okay, here's another one. I like this one. Check this out. And the brand on that is Tech Sport right there. I think I picked this one up at Bass Pro. And I paid 10 bucks for this. It's very compact, it's very packable. I'm gonna throw it together for you here real quick. It's a buck saw, and it'll take me just a second to get it put together. That's the downside to the buck saw, is you do have to put them together. But this one comes with 2 blades, which I thought was cool. I think it did anyway, mine did. But it's all very compact. So anyway, I'm just gonna take a second to put this together.
That blade is actually missing the pin.
Okay, there we go. So when it's put together, that's what it looks like. Okay, now let me readjust this camera. We're gonna compare these two. Okay guys, I'm quite sure that the buck saw will cut better than this little one, this little folding saw does, because it's a cheap one. But one of the things I like to do is when I cut a log, you can do the plumber's vise, but I just put it between 2 trees like this, and it stays in there pretty good. You can hold it over on this side. Let's see how this does. I'm right-handed, I'm trying to cut left-handed. So it will cut a stick anyway, all right? And I need to do some more of this because my fire is getting low and it's cold. Okay. Let's try this one. I'll do it left-handed as well. It's always good to practice your weak hand. Okay, may not have been a fair test because I'm doing it weak-handed, but I think the buck saw cuts better just because that other one's a cheap saw. All right, guys. It's soaking wet out here today. My fire's not wanting to go very good. I'm gonna have to get back to it and take care of it. But hey, there's 2 options that are very inexpensive. 5 bucks for one of these at a department store. I paid 10 bucks for this one, I think at Bass Pro. And anything at Bass Pro that costs 10 bucks is cheap. And in my opinion, this one cuts just as good as my Baco Laplander does. Granted, you've only got about 4 to 5 inches that you could cut right here. Then you'd have to turn the log over and start from the other side. But as far as the cutting ability of it, I think it does just as well as some of the more expensive saws. So there you have it. There's 2 options on the cheap for saws. All right, thanks guys for watching here at Bullhornbeach. I'm gonna get to my fire. Until the next video, get out in the woods, stay warm.